with Senator Barry Goldwater from Arizona and Senator Bob Dole from Kansas. And they encouraged us as a family group to incorporate. By being incorporated, we could have more effect on Congress and other politicians, rather than just have a loose group of family members. And I was one of the originals. In fact, I think I'm the only living member of that original group now. After the following year, 1970, we met again here in Washington, and after discussion, we incorporated and become National Youth Families of American Prisoners Missing in Southeast Asia. I ran for the board of directors after, I don't know, it was 1 or 2 years, and was elected to it. And I was a member of the board of directors for some 12, 14 years. I was a chairman of the board of directors for about 8 years of that time. I also served 2 years as the executive director of the National League of Families, and I ran their national Washington office. So I was also state coordinator for the league in Arizona. I'm now the vice chairman, or the vice president, if you will, of a POW organization known as Task Force Omega Incorporated. We do an awful lot of POW-MIA work. My wife is a research analysis. She's written a book that lists every man that was missing, prisoner, returned or unreturned. And she gets calls from all over the country, including the government, asking her for information that we have on the POWs and MIAs. She's a wonderful research and development.
We were against John Kerry, and we defeated him 4 years ago when he ran, or less than 4 years ago, but the last election. What's your feeling as far as Kerry's relationship or McCain's relationship with Kerry?
They're two of a kind. Kerry is a liar. He put himself in for Silver Star, which was, the actions were not true. He put himself in 3 times for the Purple Heart, which were not qualified because a Purple Heart has to be treated by a doctor, and it has to be caused, the wound, or has to be caused by the enemy. In Kerry's case, and he admitted this, his Purple Hearts were caused by, some of them by brush scratches, but all of them were treated by his local boat medic, who is not a doctor. He's just an aid man. So his Purple Hearts didn't even qualify. And this was evident by a number of his members of his crew that turned against Kerry while he was running and says, no, Kerry is lying. So, and I believe him.
And their relationship, though, in terms of, you said they're two of a kind in terms of how did they affect, both of them together, the POW issue?
They're both liars. Neither of them have any effective combat command experience, as they claim they do. They're very low character. You can't trust either of them because they do not tell the truth.
And as far as their effect on the POW issue, in terms of information gathering and releasing?
Neither of them has helped us in the POW issue.
Earl, when they were on the Senate Select Committee, what effect did their behavior have on the POW-MIA issue, both John Kerry and John McCain?
John McCain, when he was on the Senate POW-MIA committee, was not loyal to our POWs. Every time a witness appeared that was on our side, to include family members, he would pressure them. John McCain is not pro-POW.
We just clarify what committee we were talking about, just so to put in context.
John McCain was on the Senate POW-MIA committee, which was supposed there were about 10 members from the Senate on that committee.
1992, correct?
Yes. Right. And John was not a pro-family member. He was not a pro-POW, unreturned POW member. He was opposed to anything we tried to do. And as a result, John McCain again reflected his disloyalty to the U.S. servicemen and their families by not working for the prisoners of war, not attempting to get them in home. So I have no confidence in John McCain. It would be the biggest mistake this country could make to ever put that man in the White House. And I'm not a Republican anymore. I was at one time, but if I were, if the Republicans nominated John McCain, they would lose 2 of their members,
Earl?
my wife and I.
Earl, how did John McCain treat POW-MIA families?
In his questioning of the various witnesses, we had several POW-MIA family members that would testify at the committee hearing. McCain made a special effort, especially on the ladies, to criticize them, speak harshly, and get them to crying. He wanted to break down the family members and break their spirit so that they would not come out and appear good at the hearing. He did that also on 1 or 2 government witnesses who testified in favor of the returned POW, or I should say the unreturned POWs and their family. He went to great length to try to get these government witnesses to prove what they were saying by producing the evidence, the papers which they were quoting. They did. It didn't bother McCain.